Okay, so I have the same clothes on. I did a video, two of them in a row. And this is my second one for the day, but I did change locations, so maybe you'd think it was another day. Anyway, I just finished doing one, but I want to do this other thing because something came to me this morning about this entitlement thing. You know, I'm always saying the millennials have an entitlement spirit. I always say that. And then I'm outside this morning praying and I'm talking to God and I'm saying, Lord, and I was asking for all this stuff, and then I said, help me not to have that entitlement spirit. And then I stopped and I said, you know what? The only time we should ever operate in an entitlement spirit is when we are seeking God's will in our life or God's promises in our life. Those belong to us. And you know what? God was showing me we are actually entitled to them. That is the inheritance of those that serve the Lord. So that is the only time we should ever allow an entitlement spirit to operate in our life. What does God say? If he says it and you're a Christian, then you are entitled to claim it. It's yours. It's your inheritance. I just think that's when people don't get to know their Father in heaven, how in the heck do they get by in today's world? I don't have the slightest idea. I mean, I look to God for everything. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a quick story. Just because, we overcome the enemy by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. I look to God for absolutely everything. And this thing I'm going to tell you is not going to be as powerful to you as it was to me. It's one of those testimonies that meant more to me when it happened. I was so blown away. I've run into a little issue in my house with some mold. And I live in a condo. In the condominium, the association pays for everything outside of the house. So all we have inside the house is what we call condo insurance. And that covers your stuff inside your home. But anything, the walls, the building, is all covered in our association dues. So as it turns out, this mold that I have, which is turned into a huge expense, it's like $15,000, and I've already paid half of it, and they're finding all kinds of new stuff that's wrong. And as it turns out, it's not covered because it's in a part of the building that we added on. So anytime you add something on, you're responsible. Now, we own the condo, but the association takes care of the whole exterior of the house, including the roof. So here I am, $15,000 at least worth of damage to the house and no insurance to cover it. So I'm just biting the bullet, but I say to God, oh God, don't let him find anything else. I mean, 15,000 buckaroonies, that's a lot of money. So anyway, with that said, I go to bed that night and I wake up yesterday morning and I just can't even believe this happened. I'm walking past my filing cabinet and I sleep upstairs and I say to God out loud, I say to myself, I always talk out loud, and I say, I'm going to start cleaning these filing cabinets out. And I'm going to clean out one folder a day. Not going to make a big deal out of it. I'm going to take one folder out and I'm going to clean it out. Now just think of how God had to pull this. Why couldn't he have just told me the simple way, look at this folder? But instead I get this idea. I'm going to get this folder out. So I look in the filing cabinet and the largest one in there I pull out. And it happens to be the insurance folder. So I open it up. I'm going to weed through and get rid of things that are expired. And lo and behold, these things just pop out of the page. It says fungi and bacteria. And I'm going, fungi and bacteria? That's mold. And so I look at this thing and I go, oh my gosh, I'm covered. Now, the reason I tell you this, I would have simply paid these guys. No, that's the end of that. I don't have insurance. I don't have any fungi and mold. I mean, I did not know I had it, right? One folder in that whole file I decided to clean out, and it's the one that I needed to find. I said all that. I've been talking 4 minutes. I got to slam this thing shut. But I said all that to tell you, oh my God, if you're not serving God, you are missing the boat. Is that amazing? So now, 15,000 buckaroonies. I feel like I just hit a jackpot. All right, you guys, this is me. Serve God with